What's up guys, it's Carl Games here, and today I'm bringing you guys a deck profile of Elemental Heroes. This is a hero beat that I've made, and I've really come to like this deck profile. And yeah, it's just a really good deck, and Heroes are just a really good anti-meta deck, which is why I like them. And I've made some adjustments to this deck, and I really like it, and I've been really successful against decks, especially like Five Fists and stuff, because they think that skill drain hurts me, but it doesn't. And so yeah, I just go crazy on that deck. So yeah, start off with the monsters. Playing 1 Stratos and 3 Alias for our hero lineup. These are all the heroes, no Bubble Man. Yeah, just the standard hero beat monster lineup. Stratos search into aliases. So yeah, that is it basically. No need for explanation. Stratos is amazing, has 2 effects. You can destroy spells, or you can add a hero to your hand depending on the number of, you can destroy spells depending on the number of heroes you have on the field. And then Alias is really good. It combos with Gemini Spark and Hero Blast, so you literally have like infinite amount of aliases, which is really good. So yeah, that's just the classic 4 hero lineup. And then we play 3 Thunder King. Thunder King is really good in the deck. It doesn't conflict as much as you'd think it would with Pot of Duality, and he calls them Rotors. But instead it's really good and does a lot of harm to your opponents, which is why I like it. And this card is literally the only reason you win the mirror match, because Thunder King just wrecks the mirror match and wrecks my mouse. So yeah, Thunder King is just really good, and it's just an outstanding card for this format. So yeah, then we play 2 Karkar-Ds. Karkar-Ds is really good. If you know how to play this card, it will generate so much advantage in the deck. If you don't, then you're kind of screwed. But that's that's it really. If you know how to use this, like if you have a Thunder King on the field and your opponent's got like 2 back row set, you really don't want to attack in case they have like a D prison or something. Just summon Karkar-D, draw 2 cards, and yeah, you just gain so much advantage, whereas that in that turn you would have done nothing. So yeah, and then so that's 2 Karkar-Ds, and the Gauls is my last monster. Gauls is really good. It's unexpected in heroes, and it just really catches your opponent off guard early game, which is really what I like, and can make so much advantage in the deck. So yeah, Gauls, and that runs up my monster lineup of 10 monsters. On to the spells. We play 2 Equals and a Rhoda. As much as you guys would think that one of these are dead, usually they're not, and even if they are dead, you can always discard it for your Super Poly, which is why I really like Super Poly in the deck. So yeah, but I'll get Super Poly later, and these just help make your hands even more consistent. Not to mention, we're playing 2 copies of Pot of Duality to make our hands even more consistent and even more lives at time, and plus it combos really well with Karkar-D. So 2 dualities, and then we play 3 Miracle Fusions. Miracle Fusion is a really explosive card, so you kind of have to run 3 because it's the most explosive card in the deck. A third one can be dead, but if you use this card, you're usually in a winning situation because it makes so much advantage and makes Shining just invincible. It makes literally Mirror Force and Dark Hole useless against Shining because you just get your banished hero cards back. So yeah, and you can always just discard it for your Super Poly. So 3 Shinings. And then this bit is the most controversial bit in the deck. I'm not playing 1, I'm not playing 2, I'm playing 3 Super Polys in the deck. I'll explain why. I looked at the OCG deck profiles and they were playing 3 Super Polys, and I was just like, what the hell, why would you want to run 3 Super Polys? But then the Karkar-Ds help you gain advantage in your hand, so you really don't have you really always have cards in your hand to discard. Plus Super Poly is just so good this format. It's amazing against the mirror match, especially when you're playing Bubble Beat, when you can use Super Poly and not even use your own monsters, use their monsters and just fuse them. So you use what, 2 cards, and you destroy your opponent's 2 cards, and you get to summon a monster on the field, which is just amazing. Plus it's just good for so many matchups, and I just really don't know why you'd play Super Poly. This card is invincible, can't be stopped by any card effect, which is why I love Super Poly. And so yeah, I run free. Also, it makes your hands like the Dead Equal, the Dead Miracle, all of them live. And even if you don't need it, you can always just set it, because if you use Hero Blast, you're usually gonna have enough Neos aliases to use Super Poly with, which is really good because you can just keep it Summoning Fusions, which is really why I like free Super Polys. Also it's an easy side out game too, which is why I like it. So yeah, although this is really contradicting, it's such a powerful card that I think you have to play free in this deck. Original I was playing none, and although you may not have hero targets on the field, you running a lot of search engine cards and dualities, which makes your hand more live. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to play Super Poly in the deck. So yeah, that's my reasoning for Super Poly. And then we play 2 Gemini Sparks. I don't like having a third just because it's dead draw. Although 3 would be good, because even if I didn't need one, I'd discard it with Super Poly. But I don't know why. I don't like Gemini Spark if you don't have an Alias in hand or on the field. And lots of people fall for Gemini Spark. Don't fall for Gemini Spark anymore, so usually just gets it usually just becomes useless really. So I only play 2. And then we play 3 MSTs. I decided to play 3 MSTs instead of 3 Sparks and 2 MSTs, just to get rid of the back rows, the Spears, the Tankies, and the Fires, the Fire Kings and stuff. So yeah, MST is just really good. And then we play the Trinity, Heavy, Reborn, Dark Hole. And that rounds up the spells. This is a 40 card deck, 10 monsters, I'm not sure how many spells. I think there's 19 spells and 11 traps, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, onto the trap lineup. We played the Solemn Brigade with Warnings and Judgment. Solemn Warning's just really good. I'm starting to like it even more, and it's good against Fire Kings, which I am with, because if you check out my channel, you know that I have a Fire King deck profile, and I really like Fire Kings. So yeah, Solemn Warning works really good against the deck. And Judgment just helps protect your back row. If you set like 3 cards and summon a Thunder King, you just go first turn. So yeah, 2 Hero Blast. Hero Blast can be dead, but this card is amazing top decking into late game. The second one can be dead. The first one's usually always live, but the second one can be dead. I wouldn't decide to play 3, but this makes your Super Poly so live, like it's unreal when you just can bring back constant Neos aliases and just use Super Poly and get both, and get monsters into the grave. It's just and get both your opponent's monsters in the grave, which you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. It's just so good. So yeah, 2 Hero Blast. Then we play 2 Compulsory Evacuation Blast. This card's really good against wind-ups, good against the mirror match, good against so many matchups that I think you need to play 2 in the deck. Because this deck, although Super Poly is good at Zen mains and Mace Stroke, I think Compulsory is just there just for those extra like cards. Like, it's good against Fire Kings, I should know. If you bounce back a Grunix to your hand, you really don't want it in the hand, and it really just becomes dead. So yeah, it's good against Fire Kings, good against Fire Fists, it's alright against Mermails, and just really good against so many other matchups that I believe that you need to play 2 in almost every deck. And then we play 2 Torrential Tribute. I decided to go with Torrentials over Bottomless in this deck, just because I'm playing the Karkads really. Like, if I summon a Karkad and I wanna set, like a really good first time play would be just like set Torrential, summon Karkad, draw 2 cards. You have 6 cards in your hands and a card set on the field. Torrential, and that means even if your opponent goes off, you can just still blow up their field so they don't so they can't destroy you. And even if they do destroy you, this one set card, you might have a Gauze in your hand, which I play, which is, so yeah, it all combos well together, which is why I like Torrential. And then last 2 cards, Deep Prison and Merit Force. I'm not sure how I feel about these cards. This isn't good against Fire Kings, but this card is. This card is better against wind-ups, but this card's alright against wind-ups. So I like to play both of them. They're just, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to go 2 and 2. Yeah, I think that Compulska does a good job in replacing one Mirror Force and one Deep Prison, so I'm fine with that for now. So yeah, that rounds up the deck. I'm pretty sure that's 11 traps. Yeah, 40 card deck, 19 spells, 11 traps, 10 monsters. On to the extra deck. We are playing 3 Elemental Hero Shinings. This card is so good. I would not play Hero Beat without 3 Shinings. Like, I have 3 Miracles and so much Super Polys. It's so good against so many matchups these days that it's ridiculous. You can always Super Poly your opponent's Utopia or Utopia Ray. And so yeah, I really like Shining, and I think it's just too good and combos so well. Miracle Fusion, that I think you need to play 3. I've always needed 3 in the game, like almost every game, and especially since the Thunder Kings are light monsters, I go into this card a lot. So yeah, 3 Shining. May I just tell you guys that Escuriado is banned in the UK from what I believe, last time I checked, so that's why I'm not playing it in the side deck, but I'll show you what else you could replace it for. Then I'm playing Great Tornado, Nova Master, Absolute Zero, and Gaia. Just playing one of each. Although you have 3 Super Polys, you're typically just going to go into like one of these. Like against 5 Fists and 5 Kings, you'd usually just go to Nova Master, Mermails, this. You can even go into this guy if you use your card Ds, which is pretty good, which is why I like Gaia, but I've never needed the game where I needed 2 Ab-Zeros and 2 Nova Masters, so I opted not to play them. Then I played Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, which because I play Cyber Dragons in the side, but I think you could get by putting 2 system downs and putting Escuriado in here. But since it's not legal in the UK, I thought I'd just put Chimera Tech because I love Cyber Dragon. It works well with heroes, and it's just works really good against Gigas and Machinists. And then for the Xyz, we're playing Heroic Champion, Blade Armor Ninja, and now I'm playing Gandiva. Gandiva's really good against like so many matchups. It makes, I think, pretty sure I'm not sure about this rule 100%, but I think you can negate Abyss Sphere if there's summoning like Linde or something. So it's really good, and it's also really good against Dino Rabbit, because nothing can get over this unless they have like a Lance and a Sabersaurus or Carbazaurs or Juragribe or whatever their cards are. But if they don't have a Lance, they literally can't get over this unless they have a Dark Hole, especially Grand Assault Take or something like that, because this negates any special summon of a level 4 low monster. So it's really good in the deck. I really like it. Blade Armor Ninja, you don't go into it as much, but you need it times to times, and you only need 1 Heroic Champion just because you're only playing I believe 4 warriors. So yeah, but this card I love it. Whenever I go into this, makes so much advantage and makes Super Poly instantly live, even if it gets effect failed. So yeah, these are the warrior ones, Warrior Xyz, and then we play Maestroke, Utopia, Dweller, and Cowboy. The extra deck, in my opinion, in every deck is about personal preference. Ganga Cowboy is really good, you just need it generally. Abyss Dweller is good against Dark World, which you have a bad matchup, and Mermails, it's good against them. Mermails is the worst matchup, but Abyss Dweller just helps secure your victory. Utopia, I think you still need it in every extra deck, really. People are starting to cut it, I don't know why, I really like it, and Maestroke is just so good in the deck. But yeah, and Black Shiver